Hey there, guys. I think this is day 4. Um, I think I'm gonna have a lot more to say in this podcast. I made a post yesterday. Or I uploaded a video from YouTube from college, and I posted that my life didn't start in a hospital, or the trajectory of my life didn't start in a hospital. Obviously, God, knew my name and formed me before the earth and the heavens. But no, I'm serious. Like, the trajectory of my life started in a courtroom and fighting over my custody because my both my parents weren't in the right state of mind, or just um my mother got in a car wreck and she wasn't doing so hot. Uh, she was in a coma for a long time, and she had to learn to walk again. Uh, like, physically learn to walk again. And my grandma said that um, like, it started before my birth, and then it didn't stop till I was 20 months old. Fighting over my custody, I could have went to there was a relation to one of the social workers, social services, and so they're fighting over my custody. Which is really, family should have preference, obviously, but they didn't. They were assholes and didn't see it like that. And she, the gal that wanted me as a baby, she was her, I guess. Uh, I don't know how old I was, somewhere between a baby and 2 years old, uh, or almost 2 year and a half old. She was arrested for a drug charge, and she drew 700 plus bucks a month, just to have me as a baby. Um, so yeah, that's where it all started, and uh, my my biological mother got pregnant again, and then I don't know if she died. She got hit by a truck, and she died before the case was over, I think. I don't know. I never get all the details straight, but because I was too young to remember. But biological mother got pregnant. My dad was about to throw in a towel, and my parents are my aunt and uncle biologically, but no, they're my mom and dad. Um, and they'll always be my mom and dad to me. But dad was about to throw in a towel because my biological mother got pregnant again. That's what my grandma told me. And just like that, the judge was like, if I had jurisdiction of this case from the start, you guys, you social services would have never have gotten this far. And family should always have preference. And then he banged the gavel, and that was it. We won the case. Um, I get a little emotional, you know, because it was a long fight over me, and they made a vow to take care of me. And I've been through bipolar. Uh, it took it took more than a year just to get my meds right, and I was crazy. I was crazy. Um, I'm saying now, probably only because I got my meds right. Sorry guys, I had to blow my nose. This is raw and uncut. But what was I saying? Yeah, my bipolar turn, schizoaffective turn. I I still had a god complex after I got my meds right, which is uh, kind of it was just it was bad, but no, being able to trying to do this on the days that I don't want to. Like I want to do these podcasts and workouts right now, but I know down the road there's gonna be days like I don't want to do this. And eventually I'll go weekly podcast, but no, I just know I gotta stay consistent. And it's important to note that that these jogs or runs, I'm not actually jogging or running. I'm heart rate training. Same with the stationary bike. I'm heart rate training because I'm overweight. You take 10 beats down. It's like from 220. You subtract your age, or maybe just 200. And you subtract your age. Subtract 10 because I'm overweight. Subtract 10 uh because I'm on meds. So take down 20 from there, and then all I know is that I was at 138 before I turned 27 last year, and it's gonna be one. I'm still at 138, or no, what was it? No, it was 139. Then I was 138. Not then I'm gonna go down to 137 this year. If I stay overweight, if I'm still overweight, if I'm not overweight, then I'll add 10 rates, 10 beats per minute more to my heart rate. As far as training goes, and I've seen a lot of evidence out there that this method works as long as you're not eating sweets and you keep the carbs very low carb diet. And like I said, that's nearly impossible with the food that grandma feeds me, and that's just where I'm at. I'm not in the position to. That's just where I'm at in life. I'm not in the position to cook for myself, you know, because I'm not living on my own, and so I gotta. What do they say? You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. That's probably not the phrase I'm looking for, but you guys know what I'm saying. Um, I don't know how long that took me. Okay, we're at 9 minutes, almost 10. Okay, so that was good. I wanted to say all that. The will to go a little longer goes a long ways. That was a saying I got from. I was telling my nephews something, And that came out of my mouth, and I was just like, damn, that's deep. Like I gotta keep that as a quote, quote for when I'm gone. The will to go a little longer goes a long ways. Um, and that goes for anything in life, you know. Spending time with your grandpa, um, hanging out with family, uh, out on the long run, um, doing overtime at work, you know. But balance is key. Balance is key. And I'm not built like that, you know. I'm not apt to do that. Once I get onto something, I go full tilt. And what's worrisome is I go full tilt for a couple months and then I find something else. So this has got to be different. I have to uh, remain consistent. Uh, 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years from now, I have to remain consistent. And it doesn't mean I have to do a podcast every morning, but right now this is what I need to do to hone in, remember why I'm starting, why I started 10 years ago, you know, why I started running. Um, no, it's a good thing. Yesterday, I saw on the news that the gas prices are going way down, and the stock market's in a good place, and the tariffs are turning out to be a good thing, and I may have thought I was a liberal just because I wasn't believing God there for a while, but I've always been conservative. You know, you got the ones that work for a living and the ones that don't, and also I was kind of left because mental health. You know, the right's all about like fuck your feelings. You know, that's just how it is. Uh, yeah, fuck your feelings. Which to some extent that's true. You know, you have to you have to callous over that mindset. Uh, Callous over the victim's mentality. You know, you have to be tough. You know, you got a little injury while running. Remember, just remember. I gotta bring up Goggins again. Just remember that cat started the Badwater race, 135-mile race at the start line of the race with broken feet. Broken. So, no excuses. Stay hard. Yeah. And triple down on your weaknesses. That's what he says. And that's always as good for building toughness and a strong foundation. Um, for the most part, I've always enjoyed running. Uh, always enjoyed getting outside and moving my legs, getting the sweat on. But I just added a circuit exercise to my workout regimen. Um, Pretty basic, you know. You do You do 30 minutes, or not 30 minutes, 30-second intervals of plank, sit ups, squats, lunges, jumping jacks. Maybe put jumping jacks there in the middle, but do that for 30-second intervals for 5 minutes, break, and then do it for 5 minutes again. So I'm gonna be adding that to my workout regimen starting tomorrow. And that's gonna be the toughest thing because, like, I haven't weighed myself, but I'm still 275, 274. I'm still a fat piece of shit, and that's where I'm at in life. Um, what else? What else? 16 minutes. I got Coach Laura over there coaching me on the race in Sinks Canyon when I was 19 and piss and vinegar. Coach Laura was a father figure to me for real. He was my dad away from home. And I hope I see him again, you know. I'm sure I will. One day I'll be fit enough to do half. I don't know if it's a half marathon or a full marathon. The Lander, it might be the Lander Marathon. I'm not sure, but it's in Lander, Wyoming, and that's where Coach Lara lives. Um, he always, like I told him, he's like he always knew what to say. As crazy as it sounds, he always knew what to say. Um, so I miss him. I miss him. I miss Team Tom Jim. But you know what? I think I'm gonna wrap it up here before 20 minutes. Being silent here. I'm still here. No, whatever it takes. Whatever the fuck it takes. No matter how long it takes. Um, what what are you doing? What am I doing? What are we doing to get better today? What are we doing in the current present time to get better? And we all have that voice, that's telling us our weaknesses, and we want to stay comfortable, but we can't stay comfortable forever. You know, we have to get after it. And I mean, you could be fat for the rest of your life. Um, and it's not just about being fat versus being lean. It's about mental mentally being strong starts with uh doing things that suck, you know? Whether it's working out, you have to do something that sucks every day. And that's where I'm at. But consistency is key, and showing up is key. To be honest, as long as you show up and get something done every day, you're gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. We're at 20 minutes. I should wrap this up. Um, thank you guys so much for listening. Day 4. Got this done before 6:30. I woke up at 5. So that was good. That was good. I'll keep adding more to my exercises. But for the most part, this is just me documenting my journey, man. And no, I love you all. Peace. Cheers. Let's fucking get it, man.